In this video, I will show you how to clear Frozen Plain level 10, the most important dungeon in King Arthur Legends Rise. The reason why this is the most important dungeon is because we can farm uncommon relic breath here alongside with materials required to advance the relics. So we are farming two things to boost our relics in a single dungeon. This is why we want to be the most efficient and get the highest level of the dungeon as soon as possible. On my YouTube channel, you can already find a guide covering how to get to level 7 to start farming Mythic Starseed. And this is an advanced guide for those of you who want to push the limits. It is going to be not easy, it will take time, and it's still not clear on my side, and we will need improvements. But let's go over the team quickly. The core hero here is Acallon. You need Acallon to apply recovery penalty, which is recovery disruption. You want to invest into Acallon just for that dungeon, as I said, this is the most important dungeon. You build Acallon with vigor and accuracy to ensure you can apply this effect accuracy. Depending on the level, you want more and more accuracy. At level 10, 80% accuracy is enough. You don't need hit accuracy to apply debuffs. When it comes to his relic, we will use the Stormcaller relic and we'll try to get it to level 50 with 3 awakenings. This boosts the base stats of our heroes, making them more durable so they don't die. We will be spamming skill 2, attack one enemy 2 times and have 70% chance to inflict recovery disruption. If you can afford scrolls, go for it, upgrade the skills and get an extra 10%, as this is the only way we can lose if we don't apply recovery disruption when the boss goes into hibernate. The next hero that I'm using is Jillian. Jillian Frost, we need AoE heal. If you don't have Jillian Frost, you need to bring another AoE heal like Isolde, Sarah. Sarah is actually really good as she will also block the buffs. But I'm using Jillian as I'm heavily invested in Jillian. Jillian with Frost Relic, and again, Jillian heal and other healers scale with HP, so you want to maximize their stats by awakening them, advancing them, and doing the same with the relics. If you have scrolls, you can use scrolls, as this will usually boost the max HP recovery, which would be this stat, granting them a huge healing buff. Focus on vigor set and HP as well. You don't need too much HP recovery here as long as you can heal your team. And with Jillian, remember, you need effect accuracy, but not in this dungeon as the boss is immune to any gouge removal. Now, another hero that is worth bringing here is Morgan. You can bring Morgan Fire or you can bring Morgan Wind. If you have Frost, bring her as well. But Morgan is quite essential in this team, even when she's Fire. But when she's Fire, you will need more stats on her. The reason for that is we will be applying this passive here. So when using skill, we apply defense decrease and damage taken increase, which will help our damage dealer. Now, it is recommended to go for Chivalry 3 on Morgan, as it is the best Chivalry in the game, especially on a free-to-play hero. So if you have memory shards, go for it, as this will now trigger on any of the skill cast. And if you're bringing in the Fire Relic, you'll be casting this and you'll have a chance to decrease the gouge of the arms. Now, if you have Wind Relic will reduce the damage taken because the boss is Frost, and also it will decrease defense on the skill, plus you will proc the passive. This is what makes her so good. If you don't have her, bring another hero that has defense decrease, and you can see the list of the heroes here. And this guy here, Ralph, he's very powerful as he can apply defense 1 at 70% chance with his attack 1. So if you bring vigor set, he will be generating that vigor for you. He can also grant your team buffs here. So very good alternative if you don't have Wind Relic Morgan. And now the last spot is your damage dealer, whoever you have. If you have Kai, bring Kai. If you have Ban, bring Ban. If you have Rosier, even Fire Rosier works here really well. But obviously the best one is our Bedivere, and that's who I bring. Bedivere has an amazing damage, and I put all my eggs into his basket. As you can see, I have the right passives maxed out. My equipment is still not optimized. He's struggling there with crit damage. It's a little bit too low. I'm building him with 20% crit rate. That's my build, but it is efficient. It is enough, And as I said, bring your strongest damage dealer. The main core here is Akalan, basically AoE healer, and someone with defense decrease. Once you have those three, you just supplement them with the damage dealer. Now, when it comes to the battle, I'll show you the skill order now. The battle is pretty much the same as any other Aldri fight. You focus the boss, you forget about the arms. So what we need is we need Akalan. That's why we have Vigor set to spam his second skill to apply Recovery Disruption. If you struggle, you can play it manually, apply first skill until the boss goes into hibernation. Your damage dealer, the strongest single target skill they use, which in the Bedivere case is skill 2. Morgan, if you bring Morgan, apply the defense, okay? So I brought Storm Relic Morgan, so I'm applying this defense down. If you don't have Storm Relic Morgan and you're only utilizing passive on the Fire Relic, use skill 1, as this is how you can proc it, and you don't need Chivalry Free Morgan for that as well. However, Fire Morgan will take more damage, so it's better if you bring a Ralph or someone else to decrease that defense. And then AoE healer, so whenever whichever skill does AoE heal, you do that. With Jillian, we don't really proc this because the boss is immune to that, so she's just here because she's the most developed hero that I own. And that's pretty much it. The strategy is really simple. Focus the head and get over with it. Okay, so remember, Akalan, without leveling up skills, 70% chance to apply the debuff. With high enough accuracy, we'll still miss, okay? So you need to remember that we'll need to rerun this fight multiple times, as that's what even I do, but you will get that beat. And if your team dies, that means you need to increase the raw stats so they can survive and out heal. Remember, HP on healer scales with healing. The more HP you have, the more healing you do. And this is why I use Jillian passive here, passive leader, that grants us more HP, which means we can survive way longer. And as you can see, he is immune to damage gouge, so attack gouge, so it's not essential. Just make sure you have this debuff here when he goes into hibernation, and this way you can clear this dungeon easily. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!